Alright, and welcome to this first video on how to go from block programming to JavaScript inside of MakeCode. We're going to be jumping from MakeCode Arcade to MakeCode Microbit. So the first thing you have to do is go to the website makecode.microbit.org, and then you're going to sign in. So we're going to go here to sign in. You can join with your Google account. You can use also your school account if your school has Google Suite. So once I'm there, it's important for you to sign in with your mail because you are going to be able to save your progress. So I'm going to go here to new project. I'm going to call it my first JS program. Once we are here inside of MakeCode Microbit, here we have three different windows. On your left, you can see the simulator. So whatever we are programming on the right is going to appear here on the left. So basically this is a virtual version of our Microbit. We have the buttons and everything. In the middle, we have our commands. And over here, we have the area where we code, our work area. So basically, this is where we are going to do all of our projects. For this first exercise, I want you to create a smiley face. I just want you to showcase on the LEDs of the Microbit a smiley face. So for that, I can erase here the block on start, and I'll leave the block forever. So if we're using blocks, I can say forever. So as long as the Microbit is turned on, I want to show a smiley face. For that, I can go to Basic, Show LEDs, and now I can draw my smiley face, just like that. So if I want to see how that can look on the Microbit, I just click here. I can click play, or it appears automatically on the left. Very nice, very good. Now, this block coding is the same thing we have been doing on MakeCode Arcade. And today we're going to go from blocks to JavaScript. So what do we do? Well, what we can do here is, first we're going to go from blocks to JavaScript. So now we're switching to JavaScript. The first thing we see is that we have numbers of lines. So here, if I click enter, I'm going to get 7 lines of codes. That is very important when we are coding with JavaScript, because the same program is going to tell us if there's an error. It's going to tell us where the problem was. So it's going to tell us, oh, there's a bracket missing on line 2, something like that. Okay. So another thing that changes when we're moving to JavaScript is that here we can still use the blocks in the middle, but right now if we add the blocks, so let's say I'm adding, let's look here for, let's look for the forever block. Let me see if it's here, forever. So here you can add a forever block, run code forever. So basic forever. So as you see, the code, you don't have to learn all the commands, okay? You don't have to know them out of the top of your head. You can use the blocks, but now we have written blocks. So instead of writing stuff inside of a block, I'm going to say basic.forever function, and then I have 2 parentheses that open and close, and then I open with a curly bracket, and then whatever is inside of this function is going to be happening all over, all the time and forever. If I go back to blocks, it's basically this same thing. So here we only say forever, and whatever we put inside of the block is going to be repeating itself, right? Now, for the block show LEDs, I can add a function that is called basic.show LEDs, and then I open this bracket. Okay, so I can start doing that like this, or in order to make it easier, I can go to basics, show LEDs, and I just put the block in the middle. Now, Again, I can go back to the blocks. Here, I can just select my blocks and draw the smiley. In the case of written JavaScript, I can turn on and off the LEDs by adding a hash. Okay, so here I can draw the smiley like this. So 2 for the eyes, 1 for, and then the mouth. Now, a very common mistake that I have seen when people are working here is that they forgot or they erased one of the LEDs. Remember that in the microbit we have a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matrix. So if you erase a dot, here you have a problem. So line 2, lines in image literally have to have the same width. You got 4 and then 5 pixels. So the only thing we have to do is to add a dot here, and now it's complete. Now if we go to the left and play that, I have my smiley face. So it's taking a time to load. Let's just refresh this. And now we're going to see what happens when we actually run the code. Now, the microbit itself is not really running JavaScript. That JavaScript program we're writing here is going to be interpreted, translated, and then the machine is going to run it. But now we see here that we have the smiley face. If I add maybe a hash here in the middle as a nose, and I press spray, boom, I see it lighting up. The challenge for you now is, what if you want to have a smiley face in the case I press the button A, and a sad face if I press the button B? You can stop the video now and try to do that challenge. Okay, welcome back to the video. Now we're going to show how we do that. So here I can erase the block forever. I just have show basic LEDs, and I'm going to go to input. So I'm going to say run a code on button pressed. I'll put it here. So here I read input on button press, button A, run a certain function. What function do I want it to run? I want it to run the smiley. Okay, so if I'm pressing the button A, a smiley should appear. So I'll play that. Nothing is happening, but if I press the button A, boom, the smiley appears. Now, if I want to redo that, but for button B, I can just say input on. Remember that here everything is case sensitive, so it matters if the word has a capital letter or not. Okay, on button pressed, button B, then run a function that is going to be defined. I open the curly bracket, and then I say, I just copy this whole block, basic show LEDs, put it here. Basic show LEDs. It seems like we have a problem. So it seems like on line 11, we have a problem. Yes, so the problem is that here is button A, comma. I forgot the comma. So now with the comma, the problem is solved. Now the only thing I have to do is to change the happy face for a sad face. So again, I erase that and add my buttons. Oh, we're gonna erase that one. Let's add here, and now we have a sad face. So we don't have any problems. Let's test the problem. A happy, B sad, happy, sad, happy, sad. And that's all for this video. Remember that if you have any questions, write it in the comments, and I will also share this code with you